Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk to you about egg substitutes in vegan baking. So what do eggs do in baking? Well, they provide leavening, they provide binding, and they provide moisture in a variety of ways in different combinations depending on the recipe. It's difficult to find one substitute that does all of that, but there are some really good alternatives and some not so great ones. So let's walk through them. One thing you'll see a lot of is recommending a powdered egg substitute that's commercially available, like Energy or the Follow Your Heart vegan egg. Both of these are made of different things. The Energy is made of tapioca and potato starches along with some extra baking powder, and the Follow Your Heart vegan egg is made with soy milk powder, cellulose and other fibers, and black salt to give it that eggy smell along with some nutritional yeast. I haven't had great luck with either of these. The Energy, I find, makes things like cakes and cupcakes and muffins, makes it kind of rubbery and weird, gives it a weird texture. And the Follow Your Heart is better. I've had good luck with it in cookies, but not so much in cakes. It's honestly better as an egg substitute for something like a scrambled egg or an omelet. It does really well for those things. Something else you'll see a lot of is that people recommend using silken tofu blended into a puree. Please, I beg you, don't do this. It changes both the taste and the texture of baked goods. Stuff will taste like soy, and it'll be kind of sticky, and it's just not a good scene. A lot of people will also suggest substituting applesauce or a smashed banana or pumpkin puree, and my rule on those things is to do them only if your recipe already calls for that. So like if you're making a pumpkin bread or banana bread. So the problem with it is that these things bring way too much moisture to the party without bringing anything else. So if you don't tweak your recipe to increase your leavening, your baked goods are going to be dense and claggy and really not great. Something that a lot of vegan bloggers and cookbooks are obsessed with right now is aquafaba. Now that's the water that's in the can of chickpeas when you buy canned chickpeas. It's easy to see why this is popular right now because it's protein rich and it can be whipped like egg whites to add lift to more delicate baked goods. It's really cool and a very versatile ingredient, but personally I have to stay away from it because I don't digest chickpeas like I ought to, and it leads to some intestinal disturbances that you really don't want to be around. And that brings me to my favorite way to substitute for eggs in baked goods, and that's flax seeds. You can buy the flax seeds whole and grind them yourself, or just get the meal like I do in a bag that's already ground. And you add some water to it, and it sets up in sort of a egg white-like consistency, and it adds moisture without making things too dense. It also adds additional fiber, and it's really high in omega-3 fatty acids, so in some ways it's a little bit good for you. The other thing is it's really neutral in its taste, so you don't taste the thing itself, and it doesn't really affect the texture of your baked goods like the powdered egg substitutes. You can also do the same thing with ground chia seeds. They will set up in a similar way to ground flax seeds in creating something that's adding moisture. But the problem with the chia seeds is that they are dark colored and don't necessarily blend in very well to light colored baked goods. So save the chia seeds for something that's dark colored like a pumpkin bread or a spice cake or something like that, and use the flax for everything else. In addition to these egg substitutions, altering a recipe to make it vegan often requires a milk substitution. And something that I've found is that if you use oat milk rather than almond milk or cashew milk, some other kind of nut milk, the oat milk actually promotes browning in things like pancakes and muffins. So maybe use the oat milk for baking and the nut milks for your cereal or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today. Go forth and bake something good.